So here's some examples. We've been looking at different ways. You can have, think about your rebrand, especially right now. If you're making this transition from, a service provider in a specific niche to now expanding on the succession planning side, you're going to offer more comprehensive solutions, more comprehensive advisory processes. You're using the SPA, you're using all these different tools. You're going to start to go, okay, how can I now create this story? How can I get people to get it before they get it? For me, I'm a big fan. I've got a YouTube channel. I have like newsletters. I do different things. I always think, how can I have stuff work for me and do the heavy lifting before people get to me? I know for me, a lot of my YouTube channels will have this background in it. So when people see me, they go, "Oh, it's really you." It sets them psychologically to go, "Okay, this is somebody that I need to listen to and trust." Right? How can you build those kinds of things? Tell your rebranding story. What would it take for you to maybe shoot a video? And a behind the scenes kind of video, day in the life of, here's what we're working on, here's what we're trying to do. Maybe have, some of your, do some role plays, or have one of your new clients record one of the sessions that you're doing, celebrate the work that you're doing, right? Team introductions, client showcase, all this kind of stuff. Kendall, you and I have talked about a lot of these different things. Is there anything that kind of sticks out for you? I mean, you guys have been doing lots of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think it hits on so many different points here, but I'll find someone that has a complementary service and perspective. Get on a Zoom with them, come up with 4 or 5 topics. Let's talk about it. Edit those using services like Fiverr, or there's so many freelance people out there that can very easily and quickly and very economically edit video, and then begin posting on social media. And what you've done there is, one, you've created a conversation with a strategic relationship that you're getting to know them better, and they're getting to know you better. Their personal, just like who they are personally, how they approach the world, their communication style. You're learning more about their business because you've had this conversation. They're learning more about your business. Then you've recorded it, and now there's marketing content from it that you can now push out. Now the world is also seeing that you're collaborating with this other professional, and there's other tools out there that you can then take the transcripts of that video, and now you have content that you can create an article or blog about, that you're also cross-edifying that other person and sharing that on social media. So finding ways to, because we're all busy, finding ways to, how do you topple over multiple bottles with one stone in terms of creating strategic relationships, creating marketing content, creating thought leadership. And then the video, as Joe mentioned, is so powerful, especially for professional services, because a lot of it is around the personal connection. So the more that a potential prospect or even another strategic relationship can see you interacting live, you've already begun to build rapport with them before they've even interacted with you or had that first phone call with you.
Absolutely. I think it's funny. I mean, we're living that truth right now by doing this co-branded webinar, right? That we are working on things together to showcase each other's brand, and we're edifying each other. We're talking about that. And somebody on the call here is, Michael. He's got his own things, and we've done projects with him. We've had, client success story webinars and co-branded things across there. That's one of the reasons that podcasts do so well. One of the smartest things, I've got a client I worked with years ago. He had built a podcast called Ask the CEO. And it was a whole branded thing where he just went and talked to CEOs and got their feedback on what they did, which is a great way to get inside the C-suite and say, I want to interview you. And now he's doing an interview and doing a sales pitch because it's an interview about them, right? There's some really cool things that you guys can do. Just get creative and say, hey, how can I showcase and scream from the rooftops what I'm doing, what my partners are doing? And this allows you to stand out in this very, very busy market where you're not just being siloed and looked at as a single sole service provider, right?
Yeah, and I think a very easy first step is if you're in a networking community. So a few people on the webinar currently, one, business transition council. That's a networking community for people who are working with and want to work with business owners on their transition and succession plans. Connect with members within that community and say, hey, let's figure out some co-marketing initiatives. Let's just get on a Zoom and talk about different topics, share our perspective from our different backgrounds, and boom, you've already created a opportunity to collaborate. You may not be on a client yet, but you've already created that connection. Now you have content. The same is with IR Global, which is another great international network. Reach out to 4 or 5 people within that network, ask them to just, let's talk about, even you could talk about a shared client, but change the name, but talk about something that is of value to the business owner, to the network, record it and push it out.
100%. Like, I mean, for me, any of you guys, you should have training materials, resources, things that you can help people with. Offer to share stuff for free. Help them do things in their market. If you help their clients win, they're going to help